How's everyone doing today? Alright, make sure the camera's good. Hey, what country VPN do you use for Bybit? I usually go to South Africa. I use South Africa, Japan. Yeah, I usually use South Africa, but Japan, their servers are a bit faster. So you can also use them. Alright, so hopefully you guys have had a good day. It's been a crazy couple days here if you've been on Discord. Note to self, definitely never going to be looking at computers on Craigslist anymore, especially when they're pretty much in the hood. It's a pretty sketchy situation, but luckily I'm alright, my family's okay. But besides that, I did lose a bet, so I had to change my hair color. Last 2 days I've been repping this copper brown, or not even copper red. So I finally got it fixed. I'm still getting used to it, but it's how my last 2 days have been. But so for now, I think we're just going to stick to this computer. I think I'm going to just be building my own, or maybe just going to the store and buying one. I'll see what is cheaper, but I think I've done some changes to the computer that should make the stream work a little bit more smoothly, so fingers crossed they work good today. But luckily Bitcoin hasn't been going crazy, so, even though while I've been dealing with this now that it's over, I haven't been missing a lot of content. We're literally at just about 10,560. Laptop in the ghetto? It was. Oh, the story about the laptop? Yeah, so that computer that I posted on Discord, that we were going to go look at, it was a total sham. It was one of those phishing posts that gets you to bring like a ton of money. And me and my cousin went to check it out, and literally right as we opened the door, this dude just like shut the door and he had a knife and he told me to drop my wallet, my watch. It was a really sketchy situation. But luckily, I don't carry, but my cousin did. That's why I brought him. I looked at the location of where this computer was at, where I had to meet him, and before I transferred full-time to trading, I was a package delivery driver for Amazon. So I know Kansas City, Missouri very well. Once I saw the location, I was like, hey, I gotta bring someone with me. And yeah, it's a sketchy situation, but luckily, no one was harmed, and apparently it's been happening in Kansas City really badly, for the last year. They get people, they bring high-price items, and then you just get robbed, and then they change the location. But luckily the two guys are in jail, but unfortunately the computer was a sham. There was no computer. The deal kind of seemed too good to be true. It was a really, really amazing computer. But yeah, everyone's alright. It was a little scary. It kind of ruined my night last night, because it was like a 2-hour drive all the way there. I had to deal with the cops for about an hour, and then it was another 2-hour drive back. So it was like 5-6 hours of just, it was pointless really. But, so for now, until we get a situation figured out for building the computer or buying another one, we're just going to be sticking to our current settings. But luckily I've done a lot of background research, and I have the computer running a lot better now. The only thing that I'm going to have to pay attention to, as it did start our last stream, is the temperature. I have my CPU and graphics card in my laptop pretty much clocked out, or overclocked. So, I just basically have to sit and test the temperature. And honestly, I can just feel it by my hand. I know that last stream we did, my computer got pretty hot. So, yeah, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Yeah, he literally brought a knife, and my cousin just looked at me. He's like, you know what I mean? We came prepared, but I'm not going to go into a situation bringing, over $500 and, somewhere like that, especially somewhere I'm not familiar with. I mean, I know the area, but I don't know that person. So we're going to start out like we do every stream, static video. Anytime you're gonna, anytime you're gonna be looking at some trade setups, you want to identify your environment. So for now, I have not gotten an answer back on the market cipher. So we're just going to be using the MACD for now. I don't know what's been going on with market cipher. So the blue wave is a drastic difference from your standard MACD right now. They're not even close. So we're just going to be doing it old-fashioned today. But what kind of sucks is with that holdup yesterday, I didn't get to finish my website, and I'm pretty much done now. I just have to link my Blockonomics wallet to the website, and it's pretty much done. So I'm really excited for that. It looks pretty nice to me, especially being that I've never made one myself. So, all right. So if we see here, we are still in our triangle formation. It looks like we're hinting at maybe getting our fourth touch point. It looks like we hit a high of about 10,850. What really wouldn't shock me here is on the daily, especially the closer we get to the end of the month, is if we start something over here and we tap it, and then, you know what I mean, we just ride it slowly back down. This is if we're gonna obey our top trend line. You can see I have 1, 2, 3. And now we're aiming for our fourth touch point. So if we look at our MACD here, you can see the daily, we are still building, even though it looks like we could be starting to round this off. If you see our standard MACD here, we're forming something what could be like right in here. So what you would want to see here is, one, you would like to see this get as tall or comparable as this one as possible. If you don't, you're going to risk making a much lower bullish momentum high. You would have bearish divergence. And really the only thing we would be hoping for is on the down run, we would do something like this, where we could just, you know what I mean? It would still be shorter. So, but this is on the daily. This is going to take more time. So, looking at the 4 hour, this is my favorite time frame for checking out our environment. You can see here how we have our high, and we have a much lower high and bearish momentum. We've been kind of looking at this the last day or so. I know there wasn't a night stream last night or this morning because I was getting my hair fixed, but we seem to be getting really nice plays off this. And this is what we're about to go to next. More specifically, the 1 hour's been very accurate the last week. If you can get your 1 hour to match your higher time frames, it's generally been a good call. You can see here on your 4 hour though, you had your cross up here, and if you look at where we did it, that's basically where we started getting this kind of momentum up here. I'm not sure if we can really see anything comparable. Let's see here. Yeah. You can generally see when we make a cross like this, we generally have a pretty nice move to the downside. But I don't want to call this bearish yet. So let's check our 1 hour. So the momentum on the bear side is still fairly weak, but it's still early. This can definitely change. You can see how you have your high. I mean, granted, this is where we got our move to the downside. You can see how we made a, compared to this blob, we made a higher shoulder. And then if you look here, we actually had our cross on the 1 hour up here, right up here. And that's when we really started building momentum. We look at our price range. We've been a little, since we've broken under, 10,700, 10,650, we're kind of consolidating here. The thing that I don't like about this right now, though, is I don't like seeing Bitcoin, and generally in your standard asset market, consolidating like this would be very bullish. This would be considered a bull flag. But time and time again, you see us do this. and then all of a sudden we usually go right back down to our shoulder. So we would either bounce somewhere at like maybe 9,500, or worst case or best case, if we do this BART pattern, maybe we would bounce like somewhere, you know, in here next to it, would, because it likes to go down to its shoulder. And I don't know if we would consider this to be the shoulder, or this one right in here, or, you know, or worst case, this one at the very bottom. So it's gonna take some time. We're gonna sit here and watch it. You know, even when I'm not live, if I ever see anything that looks, you know, sketchy on the charts, I try to let it be, you know, known on Discord. Yeah, bro, Valone. I lost a bet, man. Oh, yeah. Hey, Marcel, you didn't miss anything. Nope, we're just getting started. We're just identifying our environment right now. See our moving averages here. Let's go back to our 4-hour moving average. Yep. So we're still riding our 13. So for me right now, I think it would be a fairly safe short once we can break under 10,480. Because not only would we clear this support line right in here, but we would also break our EMA 13. Once these two things right here are broken, I'll probably look to enter a scalp here. And if you look, if we're trying to find an area that I would think about covering, I would be looking to cover somewhere around 10,300, 10,350. So this would be roughly about $130 scalp. But something I want you to keep your attention, there is a cross coming, but it's not a major cross. It's not like when you're 13 and your 34 cross. Your 34 and your 200 here. Your 200 is your purple, and your pink is your 34. But you can see here, if you look down here, when you had your cross of your 34 and your 100, so your pink is your 34, your Tron blue right here is your 100. You can see if you look up right in here, is actually right on this dip, and we had a nice reaction. So maybe, fingers crossed, we can get a bullish reaction from this right here. So I'm not too bearish yet. As long as we are above 10,005 and we are above the EMA 13 or right above it, I'm gonna remain bullish. And this is on your 4-hour. And see, this kind of fits here with our 1-hour. So if we were to break that 4-hour, that 10,480, and then our EMA 13, this fits with it. On your 1-hour, which is kind of good for looking at, you know, your short-term indicators, you can see right here, you have your support line at about 10,350. And guess what? You also have your EMA 100, and this is on the 1-hour. So that pretty much confirms that, you know, we break under 10,005, we break the EMA 13. This is where I would be looking to cover, somewhere in the 3s. Got the hair wrong, yeah. What do you mean? Elias? Hope I said that right. Bullish for the next 4 hours. Been in since 10,005. Nice. Yeah, good entry. That's right where your 13 is. So that's a very nice entry. Good job. So if we use our aggro cap 3 hour, let's get our moving averages off. You can see we're not going to flip short until we break under, it's about like 10,140 right now. And once we close 3 hours under this, we'll flip short. The 3 hours just been amazing on these long calls. You had your short here. This is the smallest one. We really only went up about $300 on this one. And then on this one, you went short at 10.6, but you didn't confirm until about 10,250. You went all the way down to 9,300. So you had roughly about $1,000 drop. And then on our most latest call, it went long at about 9,830, 840. And you can see obviously how high we've gone. So this 3 hours just been absolutely amazing. So I'm definitely on this next 3 hour call. I'm probably going to go a little heavy on this next call. We'll see though. And then if we go to our 5 minute, the scalper tool's probably not been the best today for the simple fact I don't like using scalper tool, or I don't like using my scalpel or my scalper indicators when we're consolidating like this in such a tight range. It's just hard for a scalper to maintain like algorithm it's built on. When you're in trading in such a tight like $100 range, it's a little tricky here. But it's still done pretty good today. But it's just the thing is the moves have been small. It's been trading $30, $50 scalps. But that's just because the trading range has been so tight. So our 5 minute scalper, it won't go short until 10,540. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to rely too much on the scalper today, at least until we start seeing some volatility, at least trading in $100, $150 range. You know, we've just been trading in such a small area today. Yeah. Yep. The thing is even if you scalp this like really great, it just takes your one bad trade. You can be right twice in these tight trading ranges. And that third one, when the trend really sets itself and you break out of it, you know what I mean? It's 50-50. And you can lose pretty much all those two great trades on one bad trade on a tight trading zone like this. So it's time to put the scalpers aside, and we're just going to start speculating on what we can look at next. Let's get out of this. Let's get out of our tools there. So while we have this out of the way, I want to see if Market Cypher's corrected itself. I can't believe how different it's been looking. Alright, that looks better. So if you look at this right here on the 5 minute, see the nice little turn up in here? If you go to Market Cypher, you can see it here as well. That's a good sign. They've been Market Cypher's just been the polar opposite of the regular MACD the last couple days. See, you can still see it. I don't understand. So like so if we look here on the daily, do you see this pattern right in here? Do you see how this actually was telling you to buy the dip when we were in the 9,000s? It's kind of concerning. But do you see how nice this looks? This was like, hey, you need to buy. And then you got your nice cross up in here. Right here. You have your nice cross. Well, look at Market Cypher. This is B, by the way. Do you see how different this looks? Like, this was not screaming. And not only that, but your money flow is really in the red. Doesn't make a lot of sense, honestly. This wasn't screaming a buy when we were in the 9s. But this one was, by far. You got your cross, your MACD you showed. I mean, yeah, you made a slightly higher from this right here, but overall, you made a lower high. So we're really going to be paying attention to the regular MACD the next couple days. The regular MACD seems to be just really nailing the momentum waves pretty good here. Even though it looks like market ciphers starting to catch up and they're looking a little bit more similar on the closer time frames. Hey James, how you doing? The Russian, Elias, Marcel, Tom Brady. Sure I'm not missing anyone. I think I said the Russian, but thank you all for being here. Hopefully you guys have had a good day. So, but this is the pattern we're trading in right now. If we put our moving averages back on, you can still see we briefly broke it, but we're showing a nice, we're definitely above the EMA 100 right now. This was a great fake out. So I put the yellow line here as a support if I take these off here, or at least not support, but to show our bottom trend line. All right. And what's even going to be more nice, this is going to take maybe about at least until about the 9th. We could see it maybe earlier, but your 34 and your 13 could be crossing to the upside on the daily. That would be so bullish. If we actually look last time they crossed, look right in here. You had to cross right in there. Let's see if I can find any more. Pink, yeah, we didn't cross it over here. Yeah, you had your cross over here as well. So generally when your 13 and your 34 cross, you can see here on the daily time scale, we generally get pretty nice reactions to the upside. But we really need to hold this level, because if we start plummeting in value and we get a negative, we get a negative cross of some type to the downside, the 13 and the 34s, it's one of the more powerful moves. So it's definitely going to have to be something we're going to keep an eye on. And this is on the daily, by the way. How you doing, Miguel? Not sure if I said it, James Thompson. Just making sure I'm not missing anybody. Thank you for being here. So, that's kind of the plan for right now. As long as we are above the EMA 13 on the 4 hour, I'm going to remain bullish. So once we break this, the EMA 13, which is at about 10,520, we break this 10,005 support. It's honestly about 10,480. I'll probably be looking to short. But for right now, we're not really looking bearish. So we're just looking at all scenarios. Anything could happen. This is crypto. You do have your 34 and your 200 about to cross. I am tired. I only got like 5 hours sleep last night. How you doing, Ernest? Crypto Dawn? Hopefully y'all are having a good day. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. You know, things are finally starting to come together. Hopefully the computer's gotten figured out. I've done some changes on it to the CPU and graphics card. So I believe it should hold itself together. The only thing we really have to worry about is the thing overheating. But you know, the website's coming together. It's pretty much done. I just have to link the wallets to the website and do some test transactions through it. But you know, I'm excited because we're really going to be able to get some, you know, more live trading streams in. Yeah. So, you know, that's Bitcoin. You know, about 10,500 is pretty much the key number we need to hold. Well, it's about 10,480, so just under it. Jesus, XRP, what is wrong with it? It just looks terrible. Whew. So XRP, you have support. I'm in at about 25 cents. Here on your 4-hour, your EMA 100 is acting as resistance. You can see every time we've tried to go up, we briefly broke it here, but went back down, fell even more, came back up, rejected it again, rejected again. So, you know, I'll get bullish if we can close, you know, preferably a daily. I know a 4-hour would, you know, technically confirm above this, but I would like to see probably a daily candle close. You know, honestly, at about 27 cents, I'd like to see that, but it's just hard to be bullish on XRP right now, because even here on your next resistance box, you have your EMA 200 literally sitting right at 28 cents. And if you've watched our channel, you know, we're on the Bybit chart, so there's not a ton of information, but I can tell you, when we break 36 to 38 cent on XRP, it generally takes 3 to 6 months to get back up, and you're much lower than you were on prior dips, so that's just that much more ground you're gonna have to make up. And 28 to 30 cents was support for a very long time. No matter how bad it got for XRP, we bounced at 30 cents or 28 cents, and now we're officially under it. And the longer you're under this resistance, the harder it's going to be to get back above it. You know, that 28, it's really 28 cents, but 30 cents, it's really going to be tough to break above that. I think my silver has been getting slammed. It'll be, yeah, it's very possible, Bit Boss. So what, do I have any Chicago Bear or Packers fans today? We got our first NFL actual season game tonight. Yeah, Oreo Nutella, I love doing transactions in Bitcoin. All my Kratom, if I can do anything that I can buy with crypto, like if you use NordVPN, that's what I use, you can pay in cryptocurrency. And they have like 12 currencies you can pay with. So yeah, my VPN that I use is crypto, my Kratom is crypto. I think you can even pay in crypto with DirecTV if I'm not mistaken. I don't have DirecTV, but I'm pretty sure they do accept cryptocurrency. So yeah, I'm staying away from XRP. Let's look at good old ETH. So yeah, ETH is just kind of hovering around. We're at about $175. I don't want to get too bullish on this because the top of this green box is going to be resistance, and that's at about $180. Not only do you have that there, but your EMA 100, just like XRP, is acting as resistance. It was support through here. We finally fell below it. You see we have a touch point here, almost another one there. We rejected it here. So for me on XRP, I want to see us close at least a 4 hour above 180, and I want to see us, or not close one above 80, but I want to see us go above 180, and I want to see us close a 4 hour over this EMA 100. But if we can go above 180, the next area I'm really going to be looking at, I think we'll test 185. You can see these touch points through here. See if I can. 180. Yeah, I mean, there's a few touch points here. We're going to have a little bit of, resistance, about 185. You can see these touch points. They kind of go flat, and they're right in this. They're not all concentrated at one exact number, but after that, definitely be eyeing our EMA 200, which is up here, which is about $192. And if you don't remember, this is kind of like where we were struggling at before we actually got some downhill pressure and we started selling off. So, but I don't think we'll have too many issues at 185. This is, of course, all contingent on Bitcoin. Hey, thanks, Tom Brady. So yeah, we break this one, this mark over here. It's about $180. 192 will be my bullish target. If you're looking at support, you do have support at about 160, well, some at 170, which is the bottom of this box. And then you can see where all these touch point clusters are right in through here, which is about 165. But after that, I'm going to be looking at about, yeah, it's really about that. It's that 155 mark. So short term, 165 and 170, which is the bottom of this box. I guess I could have stretched this out to show the touch points on the bottom, but just because this is the coin I'm gonna have to use, so I'm doing the Tron bet for my sports betting. See how Tron looks. It was looking awful. Oh dear God. It's like, is it even worth it? Jesus. Man. What an ugly chart. So if you bought Tron at the beginning, like January of this year, oh God, you're down 84%. Whew. But yeah, on TronBet, this is the coin I'm gonna have to play with. It's now called Wink. It's the stupidest name. I wish they would change it back to what it was before. You're basically just riding all your moving averages to the downside. I mean, even if you break above the 34 and the 100, the 200 is going to be holding you down. The selling pressure on Tron is just, it's enormous. And if you look at your MACD, well, that actually doesn't look too bad, but that's just awful. Oh. We got some of our retro, I think, what is this? It's the new retro wave. So, I don't know. That's the thing that sucks about Tron, or using Tron Bet, is I have to use the Tron token, and it's just been acting terrible this year. I mean, the selling pressure is just enormous on this asset. I mean, you're literally down 84% this year if you bought January, or in January. Yeah, we can look at Cardano. I remember this one though. This one hasn't been doing good either. Oof. All right. So here's the thing. There's no way that I can tell you with certainty where Cardano's going to end up at, and this is why. If you look left, there's literally nothing. Your last major support was at like 500 Satoshis, 520. I mean, you had this layer of support that we were trying to bounce off of, but we broke through it. So now this can be turned red. We go to our 4 hour. You can see the touch points. I mean, I guess you even have some more resistance here at about 440. But your only hope here is that you could maybe hold this right here, basically right where you're at. Let's see if I can get this here. Man, even then, touch points aren't that great. I thought it was maybe encompassing that, but it's not. Your only area of hope you have right now for support is right in here. And that is at 410 Satoshis. You know, it's really anywhere from about 395 Satoshis to 410. This is basically this little area, and they're not really concentrated, so I can't tell you an exact number, because you can see here. Whoops. You can see here if we zoom in. I mean, 410 Satoshis seems to be your best support. 400 will I mean, it will act as a psychological number, but then you have this, your last little wick down here, which is at like 395, 396. So I would really hope if you're holding Cardano, you would hold this bottom right in here. If I put a line, we turn this green, you can see how you have your one, you have your cluster right in here, and then you have your close. But if you break that, really that's about it till about that, you know, 396, 400 Satoshi area. That's where both of these candles are at. This is at 4, and then this one's at 396, 395. So, but man, after that, you're not really seeing, there's just no other place to look for support. If you're trying to find another area of resistance, the next area I'll be looking for, it's right, yeah, even then it's not perfect. There's just so many clusters of touch points. It's like it's tried to form support, but then it just fails. You have pretty major resistance here at about 450. The selling pressure on these alts is just, it's amazing. So you can see here how you have your cluster of touch points here. It's not perfect, but you have a touch point there. And this is about 440. So about that 440 and 450, that's your next resistance. Your next support is at 410. And then, like I said, your last stand at 395 and 400. It's this little cluster down here. But man, I mean, you're even forming resistance in through here. You can see these touch points. It's short term, so maybe you can break through it, but you can see how you have your cluster in through here. You have a cluster of touch points in here, and they're all consistent. And that's at about 430 Satoshis. And you can see you even have a touch point in here, and you have 2 points of resistance when it was down here. So much resistance on Cardano. It's really amazing. No problem, 1Qubit. What time frame is best for the MACD? Okay, so on your MACD, I only use 3 time frames. I use the daily, the 4-hour, and the 1-hour. That's it. Those are the only 3 time frames that I use for the MACD. You don't want to use the MACD. I mean, you can use them on the really small time frames, but you're taking a lot of risk. You're looking at momentum on a long or short time scale. When you're trying to gauge the momentum on a move, the 1-hour is what I like to use for swing trading. But when I'm identifying my momentum and the trend as a whole, like I said, I use the daily, the 4-hour, and then obviously I'll look at my 1-hour, you know, especially when I'm trying to swing trade or look for imminent movement, like if I'm trying to trade right then. Yeah, have a good night at work, 1Qubit. Don't work too hard. No problem, Miguel. Yeah, no problem, 1Qubit. So far, the computer seems to be running pretty smooth. Knock on wood. I said that yesterday and I froze the computer. Let's see if there's any other. Let's see how the WIN token's doing. WIN is the token I'm gonna have to use for my Bitcoin or my sports betting. It was just added. Oh, well, that's interesting. You can see here if I was to buy in here, you do have your support down here, and looks just so happens we're right there. And this is a legit team. Like, they do millions of Tron and transactions a day. I'm not huge into Tron, but I love sports betting, and it is one of the few dApps. Because if you want to bring mass adoption to cryptocurrency and give a coin utility, that's where dApps come into play. There's a lot of dApps on Ethereum. The Steam blockchain has dApps. These are decentralized applications. So you have Ethereum, you have Steam, IOST has dApps, Tron has dApps. EOS has dApps, even though most of them are robot ran. I hate EOS dApps. They look nicer though, but you'll probably never find an actual human trader playing for them. No, you will use TRX for game? Oh, nice. So hey, 1Qubit, do you get WIN? Like, do you get, like, when you play and you bet, do you mine anything on the platform? Like, mine a token, or is it just simply just Tron? Because I know they used to do this thing like, you know, with the dice, you know, every 100 Tron you roll, you get this amount of ante. Hey, 1Qubit, have a good night. Yes, you mine WIN. Awesome. Good to hear. But hey, Qubit, 1Qubit, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night at work. Don't work too hard. So is there any altcoins you guys want to look at? Any stocks? I know every time I look at gold or something, Bitcoin starts going through the roof and I miss it. Let's look at gold, by the way. You know we've been speculating here on a short for a while. Ooh, yeah, look at that. I'm telling you, there's going to be some downhill pressure. This could be a very nice short on gold. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinions. I came from the stock market. I do not believe the current United States administration, I don't believe they are going to let the stock market fall. The reason being is there's a giant election next year. And one of President Trump's, you know, one of the highest things about his presidency is how well the economy's been doing, and the stock market's going to all-time highs. I believe it would dramatically hurt his re-election bid if they go into the coming election and the stock market's falling off the face of the earth, you know, and people they're cutting jobs, and you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I believe our current administration will pull any strings, every rock unturned, to make sure it doesn't tank before the election. So, and not saying like it is, but I'm just saying, I know people are talking about a coming recession in 2020, a global recession. And that's why gold has just been going parabolic. It's been going nuts. I mean, shoot, if you bought this year, if you bought gold in January, you're literally up about 30% here. So, and you can look at this. You can see how you have these touch points on the top of this box, and you have it on the bottom. This goes from about 148 to 150. And look how close we got, guys, and we're already rejecting it. Oh, we're at 143. I'm telling you, I think gold could be an amazing short scalp. I think this could be a very, very nice scalp. Yeah, have a good night, 1Qubit. Silver, for sure. Man, silver's just doing amazing. Damn. Whew. Look at that. I bet this looks even better on the 4-hour. Damn. So even if you bought gold, or I'm sorry, silver in, even if you bought in June, whew, you're up 35%. Damn, I'm telling you, I'm really considering moving some funds and going into the precious metals market, especially if Bitcoin starts like, you know, because it's not that, I do love cryptocurrency, but there's a fundamental aspect of gold and stocks that you just don't get in cryptocurrency. It's just not existent. You know, crypto is 90% speculation, and it's a little bit harder to trade. You know, with gold, you can hedge against the stock market. There's always news coming out, especially with our administration, the trade war, the election coming up, the stock market, you know, the amount of income, revenue coming out. It's just, there's a fundamental aspect to trading stocks. You know, and I'm very, very lucky that I started out with a great mentor in the stock market. Because it really helps you to fine-tune. The stock market, in my opinion, is a little easier to do technical analysis with. We're about 7% down, 6-7% since the beginning of this month. But man, what a jump. That is nice. Yeah, you're up about 38% since June. That's so nice. But if we zoom out here on the daily, let's see if we can see anything. All right, yeah, we are approaching it. We are going to have some resistance here at about $20. It's a psychological number. If you can break above $20, the next area I'm going to be looking is at about $21.50 to $22 on silver. So $20 and then about $21.50 and $22. That's your next major resistance mark. Man, I'm telling you, especially on this, silver can break above, you know, maybe $28, oh, I mean, you'll have a very nice jump here. If you break above $28, I mean, you finally have just broken out of this area of just giant consolidation. I mean, you've literally just hovered between $13.5 and $20 for years. If you can break out of this, you've started this pattern, honestly, since about 2015, and you're going to have really good areas of support. I mean, you're actually about to come up on it right now. This is your silver. So, but if I pull this out, let's just actually get rid of that. And we pull on our horizontal tool. And then I turn this green. You can see I have your cluster of touch points right in through here. It acted as resistance right in here. You have your cluster of resistance when it was resistance right over here. So you have multiple touch points. And this is at about, you know, about 18. Yeah, you're sitting right on it right now. I mean, you can maybe move this a little lower. But you're sitting at major resistance, right? I'm sorry, support. It theoretically should be support right now. But if you break your current area, the next area I'm going to be looking at, if you break about 1850, I will be looking at about that $17.50 to $18 mark on silver. You break $17.50 though, you could have a pretty nice correction on your hands. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't break $17.50 if you're holding gold or silver. Let's see here. I want to get this touch point in before 750. There you go. All right. And if we look at our MACD perspective real quick before we get off, you're building bullish momentum here on your MACD. So you're building bullish momentum. If you look at your 4 hour, the 4 hour, obviously, the daily is going to take more time to change. The 4 hour, you can definitely see this candle. I mean, shoot, you're down 7% this month. So you're looking a little bearish now, but remember, you're over giant support. So let's see how we react. Whew. Man, you break 298 on SPY. This isn't, I mean, the market looks like it's about to take off. I mean, it does. We go here, bring on our resistance. See how you have your touch cluster of touch points in here. You have your touch point over here. You break $300, you're really going to be off to the races. I mean, because all you're really going to have after that, and there's not even that many touch points because we've never been this high. If we take this off here, you can see here, I mean, I mean, after about 299, 300, this is really going to be the last area, which is at about $301 and maybe 50 cents. Very interesting. But once again here, look at your 1 hour. showing lower levels of bullish momentum. But your 4 hour still looks very good. I mean, you look a little flat. No, you're still uprising, so that's not bad at all. See your daily. Yeah, your daily looks really good too. And you had a very nice cross here. So this might actually kind of go into our short thesis on Bitcoin. I don't know how cryptocurrency is going to react to the stock market if it starts going parabolic. Marcel. Yeah, silver. So the 7.5 we went down doesn't matter that much. Well, the thing is, metals are usually a hedge to the stock market. And I don't know if you heard the news today, but Trump and China are going to be working on a deal to end the trade war. That will not be bullish for silver. And this kind of goes into my thesis I've been talking about. You know how I've been saying the last couple days, you're creeping up to resistance on silver. Gold, you were pretty much right at it. You were at $148 on the GLD, basically the index price for gold. And we rejected it. I mean, I don't believe our current administration will allow the stock market to collapse. I just don't. It's my personal opinion. You know, of course, if you guys think different, that's okay. But it will not be good for the re-election bid. So I believe they're going to do everything impossible to hold the price up. And in the way of that, I believe precious metals are going to be more volatile than they've ever been in a very long time. You know, look at this trade war. How many times have we heard, oh, we're ending the trade war, and then weeks later, oh, we're coming back to the trade war. We're going to tax this, and then it's like, okay, we're going to sit to the table. We're going to negotiate. And then a month later, oh, we're starting the trade. You know what I mean? It's like this on and off, on and off. It's going to be a very, very good time to be in the stock market, and especially precious metals. So be prepared for some volatility. I believe it's going to be on. The next year and a half, the volatility in precious metals is going to be insane. I'm really considering moving quite a bit of funds from Bitcoin to catch some of this ride. There's just a fundamental aspect of it that is you just don't get in cryptocurrency. You just don't. Crypto is, as much as I love Bitcoin and I love cryptocurrency, it's very speculative. There's not a fundamental aspect. There's no earnings. There's no product. There's no revenue. So it's so hard to gauge what crypto could be valued at. Does that make sense? As much as I love Bitcoin, there is no way to value it other than what people are willing to pay for it. I think Bitcoin could be successful at $1,000 just as much as it could be at $10,000. Or, I mean, granted, I do think if it's going to be rolled out onto a mass population for a peer-to-peer currency, it needs to be expensive, like well over 100,000, for the simple fact so daily volatility doesn't affect the price as much, if that makes sense. Because at our current price we're at right now, families can't afford to have their currencies be devalued by 15-20% in a day or two. So for me, for Bitcoin to be rolled out on a full scale across the globe where families are going to be using it, it needs to be expensive, at least 100,000. It's legitimate currency. What is metal or crypto? No, I mean they're all legitimate currencies. I'm just saying if Bitcoin's going to be rolled out on a mass scale and everyone's going to be using it, it needs to be very, very expensive. So volatility going up and down $500, $1,000, you know what I mean? It'll be like the stock market. On a bad day, it will go down 1, 2, 3%. Not one day you look at your phone and we're down 16%. But that's very good for us because we're here in the speculative phase. So if that does happen, look at the current price point we're at right now.
we're going to get at least 10x gains out of this. And that's just Bitcoin. Oh yeah, they're both legitimate. But at the same place, I've never gone anywhere and someone's like, oh, I'll take gold for this. I've never heard that anywhere. I've never been to a place that accepts gold, so anything is possible. But I would love to see Bitcoin above 100,000. Savings in Bitcoin? Nice. Here, let's get a, I'll get a straw poll going. I'm curious. I know it's going to be a little slower tonight because I started early, but I'm exhausted. So I didn't want to start my stream at, 8, 9 o'clock at night and go till midnight. Oh, wow, this looks different. I wonder if they, like, redid their... I'm trying to think of what the best option would be. Let's try 20K. Alright. See what share link. Alright. I guess technically I should have redone it. So on the 10K it would be between 10 and 20K. I should have corrected it, but I just realized that. So it's basically, if you're betting on the 10K, it's between 10K and 20K. So we got two 20Ks and one 10K. Well, between 10K and 20K. I went over 20, so it's always funner being bullish. I mean, I'm a trader. I'll trade any market, but is there any? Do you think it'll ever go up again as it did in the end of 2017? Honestly, I'm not sure. What's going to be really interesting is to see when BACT gets rolled out. We've never seen institutional money of this kind ever follow, or to ever be entered into the market. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we react. Because there's supposed to be Bitcoin settled, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, Tries Coon, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Hopefully I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. I mean, I hope so. It'd be very nice. It was fun. If there's something you guys want to look at, just let me know. I know it's quite a bit slower just because we went early, but it's all right. I know generally that's why I try to push them off till 8 or 9, just because more people are home. You know, everyone's at home. They're off work. Usually have ate dinner. You know what I mean? It's more people have free time, but tomorrow we'll be back to normal, though. But if there's something you guys want to look at, just let me know. It's crazy. We've already been live for over an hour. So quick. It's like I can check on Binance. I don't know if there's any other coins going that are moving today. I don't really trade altcoins, so yeah, Tilray. You know, I'm not. It's not that I'm against like marijuana stocks. I think they'll get bigger once marijuana's legal across the country. Let's see here. It's on the NASDAQ. Damn. All right. So we'll look at Tilray. Damn. Yeah, you can't. Man, that's going to be major resistance. All right, let's see here. So you're going to have major resistance here at about just above $30, $34. What's your current price? $32, $32.08. You can see here you have your support line here where you bounced right off of it. Actually, yeah, okay, we're at the right height or length. If you go over here to our left, you can see that we have another touch point over here. Let's see, do we have any other points lower than that? Oh, wow, okay, so this can go quite a bit lower. Let's go to our 4-hour. So you do have some support here. Man, it's hard to tell because there was like little to no consolidation when you launched. I mean, you had that little area where you kind of, right before you went super parabolic. I mean, you went really parabolic. I mean, my God, you started at $20.
at the beginning of August last year, and you went all the way up to almost $300. Damn. You seem to have pretty decent resistance here in the $20 to $21 range, but damn. I mean, you can't even fib this because you're going to be at your anchor point at the bottom. I mean, you're going to have a little bit of support here at about $29. But man, this thing's just been getting hammered. If we look at our MACD here, you can see we are building some steam here. I mean, if you were going to buy, I mean, I don't want to say this was the good buy period. I mean, you had your nice little crossover here. How do you look on the daily? Yeah, we're starting to finally build here on the daily some positive momentum. Man, your 1 hour though, you're starting to look weak. I don't know much about Tilray. I do know they are, I know they're a marijuana stock. I don't know anything like fundamental wise, like if they had bad news, or what caused their stock to fall so much. Let's look at this from a charting perspective. You've had a nice little run though. So far from your lows that you hit at the beginning of September, I mean, you're up, wow, you're up roughly about 30% since the beginning of this month. So that's pretty nice. But this could be considered a dead cat bounce. And you are up against your short-term resistance here. Doesn't have that many touch points, so it's only short-term support, or I'm sorry, resistance. And that's at about $32.50, $33 right in here. I would say you're looking bullish, but you are up against resistance, and you're starting to look like you could be falling off here on the short term. You see how high your wave was? You rounded off and you made a lower wave here to your right. Your indicator to buy this was honestly right here. You had a much lower level of bearish momentum, and not only that, but you had a nice cross right in here. But it does seem like the bearish momentum is subsiding. Do you see, like up here, how when you had your lower level of bullish momentum, you popped to the downside? And then even over here, you made another low, and you popped to the downside. Do you see how small this is? This could be a good indication that maybe the bears are running out of steam. How you doing, Armacida? Yeah. Insider trading for Tilray? Ah, yeah, that makes sense. I bought him in January, I think. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I know. I'm excited for football season. Waba. I'd like to watch that NFL game tonight. I'll watch a little bit of it. Since I don't care about any of the two teams, I'll probably just watch after halftime. Once we get off streaming, I'll watch after halftime. Yeah, Armacida, how you doing, Waba? Good long day at work. Nice. Or I mean, sorry, not nice, but it seems like you're home now, so. Hopefully you didn't work too hard. Hopefully it wasn't too stressful. Insider trading. Let's see what Canopy looks like. Oh, it looks exactly the same. Canopy growth. Jesus. I mean, this one doesn't look as bad, though. You can actually fib this. Possibly. sure I have that fib level right. Gonna fix this real quick. Want to make sure I have this bottom right. Alright. Alright, so you know what? Damn. This actually looks like a solid buy here. Canopy growth. Do you see this? Your 618 is your golden retrace. It is your most optimal retrace where investors really go in quite heavy. You can see here we actually retraced. We had a few bounces here off the 0.5, but you can see how weak they were. Even up here, super weak. But look at this. You can already see we perfectly bounced off the 618. I highly recommend, especially on oversold markets, to learn your Fibonacci retracement. They're very, very important. And if you don't know in the chat how to do a Fibonacci retracement, let me know, because I can literally make this static video in seriously about 5 minutes. It's super easy. But you have some nice support here at about $23. Right at about $23. And if you're looking to be a seller on this, generally I would be looking at your next fib level, which is that's at about $30. So you buy at 23, you sell at 30. That's actually not too bad of gains. That's roughly, I mean, if we used our price indicator tool, you're looking at a quick 30%. And that one we just looked at, what that other weed stock, it's up about 30%. So this could be our next runner. And if you look here on the daily, well, let's go to our 4 hour. Yeah, you can see it. This actually looks pretty nice. You kept showing lower levels of bearish momentum. And look at this. You have your cross right in here. Very nice. Very nice. We go here short term. You can even see here on your short term time frames, your 1 hour. That looks good. I'm telling you guys are, with all these stocks you're making me look at, makes me want to go like pretty, more hard in the stock market. I kind of miss it in a way. It's quite a bit easier. I'm kind of addicted to challenges and things that are a little bit harder. Oh, hey, Waba, yeah, be safe. Pay attention to the road. It's dangerous, especially where I live. The traffic is so bad, in the city, so, be safe driving. You're chilling listening to you? Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Business plans, I can write them. Some people I know are trying to get in the growing medical. So yeah, that's actually something I'm thinking about investing in. My stepdad wants to own a CBD store. And technically, if you already own a business, more so in CBD, you're going to have a higher chance of getting accepted for a medical marijuana license. And being that Kansas, it's not legal yet, even though they just legalized 5% THC, like the tinctures or whatever that's called. I've actually thought about investing into a CBD store, especially with our current governor, since we just elected a Democrat. The chances are much higher than the conservative that we had, the last 10 years or 8 years. So I think that could be a pretty good investment. But the thing is I heard that if you are a medical marijuana provider and a grower, I heard you have to, the tax rates through the roof, but I also heard you have to sign away like your Second Amendment and a lot of your rights, because you're basically like, and all your banking rights get stripped from you. Like you can't own bank accounts, banks won't deal with you, you can't get loans. So that's the part that kind of scared me away from that, honestly. Especially the whole part that banks won't deal with you, like they won't even open an account for you. If you have an account and they find that you are a Even if you're a licensed marijuana dealer, they'll pull your, they'll close your account. Ho 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 ho! Look at this, chat. I'm telling you, I really think this short on gold is gonna happen. I can pull this out because I want to encompass this touch point. See, I don't like the angle this is looking. There you go. What happens? This is exactly what happened to Bitcoin. This is your gold spot. You're starting to show higher levels of bearish momentum. You had your cross here. You look at your 4-hour, you're building. You had a bearish cross.
I am just a man. I have betrayed my own kind.
I don't see gold going any higher than maybe $1,600 before a major pullback. I just don't see it. I honestly bet gold's gonna go back at least to 14. I mean, you're gonna have some support here at about $1,500, but I'm telling you, I really see gold coming back to maybe about $1,450, right in through here. I really do. I'm just putting these on here right now. So when we come back, we can look at this. You know, weeks, months pass from now. All right. Let's go check out good old Bitcoin. Get back on the crypto train. All right, we can watch the NFL. Oh, damn, I can watch the game on Yahoo on my phone. I love the Yahoo app. Nice, I can actually watch the NFL game right on my phone while I stream. I love the Yahoo app. It's so handy. Sorry guys, I'm getting my my phone stand fixed up so I can watch this. So is there anything you guys want to look at? Bitcoin's just being stagnant as usual. Every time we go live, the volume kind of pretty much falls off. And it picks up right as we're on like the stream ending, the stream ending slide. So I guess it's the NFL's 100-year anniversary. I wonder if the game's in Green Bay or Chicago. It looks like it's in Chicago. But yeah, if there's anything you guys want to know, just let me know. I know it's quite a bit slower. That's why I try to push these streams off, you know, till 8 or 9. But we're going to be going back to our normal schedule tomorrow. So we're going to go back to our morning cup of coffee streams before 11 a.m. And then obviously our night streams. But I just wanted to make sure we had a stream in tonight. Because like I said, my website's pretty much done. I just have to add my Blockonomics wallet, like my e-commerce wallet to it, and it should be finished. I need to do some test transactions. You play fantasy football, King? No, man. I stopped playing fantasy football because everyone I play with, they stop playing. And my leagues I'll end up playing teams and like everybody's sitting on the bench or they're not filling their roster. So I just didn't play this year. I really wish I could find a league to play in. I know it's a little late, but no, I'd kill to play in a fantasy football league. But every single year, especially since I'm so good at it, half the players, they just stop filling their rosters. And like there'll be times like there'll be, you know, 12-player fantasy teams and 8 of them will not even be playing or they're injured. And it's just, I don't know, it's just not even fun. But no, I'd like to. I've thought about doing that. What is it called? What's that fantasy football? They actually should get a draft going with the Discord. We should. We definitely should. I will, you know what? I'm going to put this straw poll. I'm going to make a new one. And I'm going to actually put it in our Discord. But yeah, I would be super interested. I guess I should have put two was. If you play the if you play the ones with real money, people take it seriously. Have you ever played the DraftKings or what's that thing called? FanDuel? Is that fantasy football, the Russian? Is FanDuel like fantasy football, or is it like betting on teams? I would be super interested in that. But no, I'd love to start a fantasy football league. Hey, the Russian, what team did you say you go for? I know someone said they live in Atlanta. I mean, it's pretty obvious the team I go for, but we have to play. I think on this Jacksonville Jaguars game on Tron Bet, I think I'm actually going to bet like 50 bucks on the game. We'll do something small. Oh, sweet. Awesome. Yeah. We're going to look into it. We'll probably start tomorrow. I just have to be careful because using a VPN, it kind of slows the stream down, and I'm already kind of having issues. Granted, the computer should be fixed now, but we are going to start doing Tron Bet because I'm really excited to see how it works. So I'm thinking about betting $50 US on the Chiefs game this weekend. Let's see, Binance. Damn, Tron super devalued. So this weekend I'm going to be betting 3,330 on the Chiefs. Yeah, the Russian, yeah. Yep. Get a desktop and a laptop. Hey, Russian, did you hear my story about what I went through this weekend? Trying to get, or not this weekend, yesterday? Going to Kansas City to get a laptop, or I'm sorry, to get that desktop I posted in the Discord. I'm just gonna build my own desktop, man. I ain't ever going through Craigslist again. That was literally one of the scariest moments of my life. Bitcoin's getting a little bump. We're at 10,607. I guess I didn't think about this. I have a VPN on my phone. I guess I could submit the Tron trade on my phone, but... Or not the trade, but the actual bet. Yeah, that was insane, dude. It was a badass laptop, too. Well, it was supposed to be. Alright guys, it looks like Bitcoin's gonna be turning bullish. Do you see this here on the 4 hour? Where it looks like we're about to round this bearish momentum off. This looks really good. We go here to our 1 hour. Man, Bitcoin's looking really good. I'm not sure how high we're gonna go on this kind of a run. But we're looking good. And it looks like we've definitely rounded this off. And if you look real close, look where we're fine. We're all, wow. We are now on the positive side. You know what? This might actually be a good buy here. Look at this. We even have our cross. You even have your cross here on the 1 hour. See if we can find our last cross. Let's check this right in here. Let's see where we got. Damn, we might have a nice little pump coming here. So you have your cross, you have your bullish divergence. Yeah, I agree, the Russian. I really, and I don't know if you're the same way, but there's just like something about like, you know, you did something yourself. You know what I mean? Even if it takes time, there's just the pride in doing your work and and doing it successfully, and just the knowledge. You know, nothing's gonna work the first time, but there's just something good about, or a good feeling of building something yourself. But see, that's the thing, the Russian, and it's the thing that's like, I don't want to say it's bothering me, but I don't play video games. Like, I just don't. I play Madden and NBA. I don't play like traditional sporting games, like, you know, the hardcore computer games. And I'm like, hey, you know, what would be a good idea for a computer? And they're sending me these like beefed up computers that are just insanely powerful, and it's like, I really just need it for the beginning and after slide, you know, with my stream starting and stream ending. Like, I don't need something that's just overwhelmingly powerful. But like, some of these people, like, they're making it seem like I just need these monster computers, like 16 gigabyte RAM, these Ryzen C, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. And it's like, I just need a basic laptop. Or not a laptop, but a desktop. I mean, because honestly, what we're doing here, my little computer does just fine. So it's not like I need this humongous desktop. You know, I don't play video games on a computer. I really just need it for my beginning and after slide on Streamlabs. But I don't know, I'd be curious to see what you think. If there's not enough room to type here, you can let me know on Discord. Because I would be curious to see what you think. What would be I don't want to say a basic computer, but to be honest with you, this laptop, I literally just bought it like 3-4 months ago. So I'm not in a huge, like, you know, it's kind of sucks that I have to go and just get a whole nother computer. But I would like to add that for the stream, because once I get a better desktop, I can add more, because there's a lot more stuff we can do to Streamlabs to beef up the stream. But once again, I don't think it's going to be as powerful as like trying to play GTA 5 or something on a, you know what I mean, that will pull the computer. And I'm also not like a computer geek. I don't know much about laptops or desktops. You know, I understand graphics cards because I was looking into like ETH mining a while back, but you know, because the computer I have now is an i3 7 Gen 4 gigabyte RAM, and I still do pretty well on this stream with it. And this is not even really meant for, you know, streaming. So, you know, theoretically, I don't think I need this overwhelmingly beefy, you know, desktop to get by. Hey, Aikanashi. Yeah. It's a great content. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, hey. Yeah, I think I'm going to be calling it an early night tonight as well. Yeah, I just need something to stream with, the Russian. This is my current laptop that we're streaming with right now. It's an i3 7 Gen 4 gigabyte RAM. But yeah, I simply just need it for streaming. That's it. Streaming, and then our Streamlabs slides. That's pretty much it. That's all I need it for. Obviously, I'd like to get a graphics card for some of the future stuff we're going to do here. But at the same rate, you know, I don't know. This computer's really not that great when it comes to, you know, it's not really meant for gaming, and it still does very well. But yeah, I have a Best Buy. I got all of them. Best Buy, Walmart's actually where I bought this laptop from, walmart.com. I paid like $525 for this laptop. It's literally only about a year old. Like, the computer was factory made a year and a half ago. I've owned this computer for about 3-4 months. And I love it. The only thing that sucks though with this stream is the computer's running so much better now. But I had to overclock the CPU and the graphics card inside of it. And I can already feel it like underneath the keys. More so by the power port. It's like pretty warm on the keyboard right now. Like, it's actually pretty warm. I don't want to say it's hot, but it's warm, which I've never felt before. But my whole computer right now is running overclocked. Yeah, hey, I'd appreciate it. You can get like an 8 gig RAM SSD. Is it true though with my graphics? Do I just need a great CPU, or do I need a really great graphics card? Because I didn't know if I should get an insane, like a Ryzen CPU and like maybe a basic graphics card, or do I need a basic CPU and a great graphics card? Let me know. Like I said, I'm not a computer guy. I just trade. I read charts, I trade, and I simply just need it for streaming. Because no joke right now, I bet my CPU is, I bet we're somewhere between 80 and 95%. How you doing, In It to Win It? Hopefully you're having a good day. Oh, football season's about to start, guys. I think this game's about to start in like 15 minutes. I'm watching the game on my phone right now. Well, the pre-game, I guess. Awesome. I'm glad you had a good day, and it's winning. I really want to see this reaction we get here. Your MACD is looking really good here. We're looking like a run-up is imminent. You can see here we have a nice bullish divergence in here. We go to our 1 hour. You can see it even better. It looks very nice. This looks very similar to when we were at, like, what was it? Was it yesterday? I want to say it was yesterday. The morning stream we had yesterday, that was a little screwed up at the end. We did very good until the stream ending slide. Maybe we get a nice little $200 bounce here. And if you look very closely, what do you see here? It's hard to see because the red. We have our nice cross in here as well. You can see each time we have this cross, we generally get a nice reaction. I'm trying to see if I can find any correlations. And that guy's going crazy on this microphone right now, singing the anthem. Hey, bro, how do I... How do I find you on Discord? My Discord group, I should just be the king of Bybit. If you look at my post, you can click my username and click message, and you can direct message me. What is it? It's I've got a good setup for trading now. It's proper. I'd be curious to look at it. I'm confused on what it is. What do you usually leverage at what amounts? So I do 10x leverage, and I leverage between 5 and 10% of portfolio. Wow. Portfolio at a time. And never more than 30% for a position. So 10x leverage at 5 to 10% of portfolio. So, and I never, so like on, let's say on this position here, I would do maybe, you know, for instance, like down here in a situation like this, I would do maybe 3 or 4 trades of one might be 10%, one might be 5, but I never let myself use over 30% on one position. But I use 10x leverage. I dollar cost average into positions, usually between 5 and 10% of my portfolio, but never let myself get over 30%. That's just a rule I've learned in the stock market. My mentor taught me. It's a little bit easier to do this just because you know, crypto gives you the option of more leverage, but yeah, no problem. In AgroCap, how does the confirmation work? Well, we actually have, I haven't started the second part, but I have an entire tutorial on it on my YouTube page. I have about a 30-minute tutorial on how the confirmations work on it. It's literally a tutorial just for AgroCap. How you can use technical analysis to confirm its own calls. You know, so like right over here, this is just like kind of like what it will show you. So like right here, you see how you have a lower level of bear or bullish momentum? If you look at your chart, come on. If you look at your chart, if you look right here, you have your short arrow, and once we confirmed a 3-hour under this green line, you confirm to the downside. So we threw a short at about 10,009. I'm sorry, we threw a short at 11,250, and we didn't, honestly, we went all the way down from, like I said, you can see this green line, it's about 11,250, all the way down to about 9,500. This was our smallest gainer right here of about $300. But on our most recent short call, we threw a short at 10.6. We didn't confirm until this green line, which is at 10,250. And as you can see, we had a major drop all the way to 9,003. So we had a nice, you know, 800 to about a you know, $1,000 drop here on this short. The 3-hour is honestly really good for major calls. It's literally never wrong. But you can see here on our most recent long call, we threw a long at 9,785. We didn't confirm until this green or this red line, which is at about 9,820, and we actually hit a high of 9,850. You can see our current price. So we're up roughly another $800 to $1,000. The 3 hours really made for huge, your more bigger gains. All right, Haikanashi. But yeah, if you want to check it out, I'm starting the scalper tool one. Like I said, we're going to be back in full gear tomorrow. I have one little update to do to my website. Then I need to submit it to Jubbin. Maybe if Armacida wouldn't mind looking at it for me, to give me, some constructive criticism and, give me the thumbs up before launching. I basically just have to add my Blockfolio e-commerce wallet to it, and we'll be good to go. It's going to have a ton of sections on it. It'll have all my links to everything. It's basically going to act just like what Patreon was. I would like to also have... Sorry, I'm fixing my phone. But there's going to be a ton of content on the website, so I'm really, really excited for it. I've spent a lot of time on it, and I've tried to do a good job. I've never built a website before, so... But yeah, tomorrow we're going back in full stream, guys. So our cup of coffee stream, those are back on. Those will be at about... I don't put an exact start date because I have a pretty messed up sleep schedule. So I generally try to start them before 11 a.m. my time. So that would be roughly about, what, 12 p.m. Eastern time? Or no, it'd be 12 a.m. I'm screwed up, but before 11 a.m. Central Time, I try to start my morning cup of coffee streams. Those usually last for about 2 hours, and then of course, my static videos are gonna come out, which tomorrow has been going on the last week. I finally caught up to it, so we're gonna be back to full streaming again, which I'm really excited about. Awesome, Armacida, thank you. But yeah, if I could just have you and Chubbin give me your 2 cents, if there's anything I should add to it, the presentation of it, I've really, really tried to do a good job on it. So, but like I said, it's not something I'm used to. I've never made a site like that myself, so I would appreciate some, constructive criticism. But I hope it does look good. But yeah, that stuff will be done tonight. It's pretty much done now, like I said. But tomorrow, the cup of coffee streams are back on, 11 a.m. Central Time or earlier. And then, of course, our night stream. So, we're basically going to go back to the schedule we were on, where we're going to be streaming, 5 to 8 hours a day. And I'd really like to start getting some live trades in. So... my goal is between the morning stream and the night stream, we're going to catch volatility at some point. I know I have this effect of just making the market just go stagnant, but eventually I'll break the jinx or whatever. Because man, I can make any market go stagnant. Yeah, for sure, Haikanashi, for sure. Yeah, I will accept it. Once I get off stream, I'll accept the request or whatever. It takes me a while to log back in it, but I actually have the NFL game on my phone. I'm watching the Packers-Bears game. I've just been jonesing for football season. You guys already know. I mean, I'm a Chiefs fan, but man, I just love NFL season. The only thing better, there's nothing better than an NFL season, but the only thing that's as fun is the NBA playoffs. Those are really fun. I really enjoy the NBA playoffs. Or like March Madness, that's really fun too. But see, for me, NFL season's fun all year. I only really like basketball when, the games are on the line. You know what I mean? Like your seasons. So if there's something you guys want to look at, just let me know. We've looked at gold. We've looked at XRP. We've looked at Ethereum. We've looked at Canopy growth. We've basically looked at 2 marijuana stocks, gold, silver, XRP, ETH. Trying to think if there's any I'm missing. Oh, we looked at Cardano. It was a little slower at the beginning of our stream just because I wanted to get some time in. Because like I said, I'd like to go to bed here a little early tonight because I didn't get any sleep last night with what happened last night. But we are starting our, we are going to be back on our normal schedule tomorrow. So yeah, Marcel, have a good night. Ray, ACB. What is that? Oh, Aurora Canopy? Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure he did. Or we did. Let's get our fib retracement. I guess we're already on it. And that's not good. So we went to our swing high, to our low, and you can see here, we're actually, the 786 now is actually acting as resistance here. You're literally right at resistance right now. But if you can break your current level of 586, the next area I'm going to look for is at about $6. I can get this line up to show you how I come up with that. You can see your touch points across here. You have your touch points across here, 1, 2, and you also have a few touch points right in through there. So $6. And then after that, you'll have a little bit more resistance at about 615. Basically right where my cursor's at. But man, these marijuana stocks, guys, they're just getting hammered. They definitely have been everything but bullish. These things took off in March, but since March of this year, they're literally down almost 50%. But the highest I really see this going up is maybe about 675, 670. That's your 618. You can see all the touch points in through here. You can see right in here you have 1, your 2, you have your cluster right in through here. And then you have your 3 on the back end, the 618's hiding it. These marijuana stocks are getting hammered though. Your 4-hour looks really good, but it looks like this could have already played out. You can see how you had your high, a lower high, and then a lower high. And not only that, but look at this cross you got right down here. Very nice. And overall, I mean, you're still building, but you could be making a lower high here on bullish momentum. This is on the 4-hour. We go to our 1-hour. I mean, you can see the reaction we got off this right here. You got a nice cross right in through here. You had a nice reaction. You can see the bullish momentum. But unfortunately, you can see you did make a lower high. Let's get this up. So you had your high, a lower high, a lower high. But you still made lower levels of bearish momentum. You made it a little bit higher than this. But then you can see here, you had your cross. You came back over. You made another lower high from this end right here. You had another cross, and you can see where we're at right now. and we're building on the momentum side. So ACB doesn't look too bad right now. I really want to see how we react though at $6. If we go over $6, you could have a nice little pump on your hands. You know, I would be looking at about 640, 650 for your first target. But more so, the top of this, it's about it's at your 618. Right up here. You can see all the touch points that go across. You even have this one over here. And you have this one over here if I was to keep pulling it out. But you can see. Right in through here. Right where the darker shade and the turquoise box colored. Right in through here. It's your 618. And once again, that's roughly at about $6.80. So let's break $6. I'm sorry, let's break $6 and maybe we can have a nice little run on our hands. You do seem to be showing some support at about 540, so Reese. Jump up. Jump up. It's my dog Reese. Doing good? Yeah, she's a good dog. Good? Yeah, she just jumped up. She came to say hi. Yeah, no problem, Racy. Oh, it's not what I want. Is anybody watching the Chicago Green Bay game? Oh. Here, I'm gonna go and flip the lights on real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Much better. So, Bitcoin's just acting stagnant as usual. Oh, I'm about to run out of coffee too. I had to stop drinking that CBD coffee. It's like a nighttime coffee. It's probably one that I'm going to be making before bed. I swear, I don't know why they would put CBD in coffee. I mean, yeah, I can feel it work, but I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys get the same feeling, but I had it put in my coffee, and I couldn't even stay awake. I took about 20-30 milligrams of CBD in my coffee. I had 3 servings, and each serving was 10 milligrams. I couldn't even keep my eyes open. It was like taking a low-dose melatonin. I don't know why anyone would want to take that in the morning with their coffee. Like, you're supposed to drink coffee to wake up for the day. Like, it knocked me out. I don't know if you guys get the same effect from it, but maybe it's just me. So, the ball's in your court, guys. Whatever you guys want to look at. We've pretty much looked at Bitcoin. If you weren't here for the beginning of the stream, if you look at your 4-hour, look what we're about to have. This is the next move we're going to be watching. Let's keep pulling this over. I want to get this nice and close. So, do you see this? You have your 34 and your 200 about to bullishly cross. Not only do you have that, but you're using your EMA 13 right in through here. You're holding it as support. So if you're looking for a bearish case right here, if you're looking for an area you're trying to short, I would wait for us to break the EMA 13 and then this last little support line at about 10,480. Once we break this, I would be taking a scalp short, and I will look to cover, if I'm taking it at 10,480, 10,470, anywhere between 10.4 and 10,300, I would be looking to be a seller. But I don't want to get too bearish right now for the simple fact, as we just discussed, we are above the EMA 13 and we are holding it as support. And right in here, you have your 13 and your 34 about to cross. I'm sorry, your 34 and your 200. So your EMA 34 and your 200. If we look at here, see if we can find a good just trying to see if I could find a good example. The thing I don't like here about the 4-hour though, do you see this cross? Usually when you have a cross like this on the 4-hour, you generally have some pretty large moves. You can see over here, and it looks like it's too early to tell, but if we take our moving averages off, we're starting to get that same, wow, is it really going to break that up? Give me just a second. You can see here, it looks like we could be forming the same thing right in here. I really hope we're not about to form a Bart Simpson. But man, it's really looking like we could be. So I'm really going to be watching that EMA 13. I'm going to be watching that 10,480, 10,005 mark. But generally when you have crosses like this on the 4-hour, they're not the greatest sign for Bitcoin. So we will keep an eye on it. Never tried it? Yeah, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. You can feel the effects, and it makes my knee feel so much better with my kratom, but what's the point? Like, it's like at the end of the day, you're winding down, you want something warm to drink, perfect. Make a cup of CBD coffee. But I don't know why someone would wake up in the morning and take that. I mean, that seriously would put me immediately right back to sleep. So we're going to be watching this really closely, guys. The thing that's really keeping me from being bearish, though, is we are showing a nice bullish divergence right here. If we round this off, you can kind of see here we're starting to grow more to the side. So the only other thing I could see that's possible is it tricks everyone that's trying to call this as a divergence. And what would happen is it would round off, and then we'd basically just start our second wave, something like that. It's very possible. But as we just looked at, when you have these crosses like this, I mean, maybe we have a fake out like this. It's very possible. I mean, you also had a very similar cross about right over here and here, but it's hard to judge this because, I mean, my gosh, look how parabolic we were going. We definitely haven't been that parabolic in a while. So maybe this is just a little, you know, stumble in the road. Jesus, Patrick Mahomes is on a Amazon Web Services commercial. That dude is everywhere. If you guys don't live in the Kansas City area, which I know most of you don't, I swear Patrick Mahomes, that dude is in like 2/3 of every commercial. Like Hy-Vee has him in a commercial. The main jeweler in town, Shane's. I mean, he's everywhere right now. Current price is $10,570. What EMA do you use? All right, so we'll pull these back up. We'll use the daily. Or here, let's get a clean slate just so I can point them out for you a little better. But I use the 13, 34, the 100, and the 200, and then I use the SMA 5 and 10 for short-term movement. So like if we use Bitstamp, so your purple is your 200, your Tron blue is your 100. So what that's that, remember the support we've been talking about that we briefly broke then popped above. Your pink right here is your 34, and your yellow is your 13. Your green is your 5 SMA, and your red is your 10. I need to get a banner that points these out for people. I think it would help you guys on your end. I try to read them out as often as possible, but yeah, I use the 13, the 34, the 100, and the 200. And then your 5 and 10 SMA. This is the only thing that's kind of concerning me though on the daily. You can see we're definitely building to the upside, but you see how we're getting this like rounded curvature? I would really hate showing bearish divergence on the daily. Now granted, you can show it on the daily for quite a while before it plays off. Because months back, we were showing it for quite a while. Like this is a good example. You had your high, a high. I mean, you can see we had a nice little reaction on this. November. Oh, wow. Okay, I guess this was from 17. I'm looking for more this year. I guess Bitstamp goes back a lot further. Sorry, this is what I was talking about. I apologize. We were building, and then finally we showed a lower divergence right here. But let's see how this plays out though, guys. This is still building. I mean, it looks like we could be maybe rounding this off. But if we go to our 4 hour, once again, I mean, this definitely looks like it's rounding off, though. It's going to be really tricky here. So what I'm going to be really looking at here is I'm going to be watching the 1 hour very closely. I mean, for the next couple, honestly, for about the next week, I'm really just going to be looking at the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Those are going to be the two time frames I'm going to be scanning and watching like a hawk. So I'm going to be watching these very closely, but look, you can actually see it right in here. You can see here, do you see how we're crossing right here? And you're above your EMA 13. So where's MC? I mean, I still have MC. I just haven't been using Market Cipher because B's been jacking up. I don't know what's up with it, but if you look at the daily, it kind of screwed us on that recent dip. Because if you look at this, do you see this on the daily? You had your high, a higher high, a higher high, and look how thick your money flow is in the red. See, this was pointing like we should just keep falling. But if you go to your regular MACD, look at this. You see how different this looks? This was screaming buy in the 9,000s, the low 9,000s. But if you were watching Market Cipher B, it was pointing the exact opposite. We should be just continuing down. They look very different. Even if you go here to your 4 hour, alright, that looks a little bit closer. So they seem to be getting a little bit closer to each other. But if you look on here, do you see how we're not even building anything on this side? Like there's nothing down here. Over here, you're actually showing a divergence here. So I don't know. I've been kind of hovering between the MACD. I've really just been kind of sticking with the MACD the last couple days. It's just been really spot on with these calls. And then when you actually see these, you know, these crosses, it really just seems to validate these moves. But I don't know. There's just a drastic difference. I don't know what's going on. They used to look somewhat similar, but like once again, this is the 4 hour. You can see how we're showing a divergence. You pull up Market Cipher B, it's nowhere to be found. Like you're still on, I mean, you're showing falling bullish momentum, but it's not. I mean, do you see what I'm looking at? I mean, the daily is kind of what ticked me off the most. I mean, this wasn't pointing a buy at all. And then if you go to your markets, and then if you go to your MACD, I mean, this was literally screaming buy in the 9,000s. If I would have been paying more attention to the MACD when we were in the lower 9,000s, I would have gone much more heavy. But I kept seeing this, and it wasn't showing anything. Like this, I mean, it was showing that we should keep going down in price. I mean, there's no reason based on this why we're building any positive momentum. I mean, I guess theoretically you could, see, that's through the year though. I'm not going to use a divergence or my anchor wave from the, December. I mean, because technically even from this wave, you're still growing. You see? Like, you actually grew a bigger wave. Like, so there's really no reason why we're popped up, from the daily standpoint. Did you change your lines and colors on the market cipher? Nope. I don't know if you did it. Honestly, guys, I don't know who did it, but you guys, you said I should change the dark mode on the Brave browser. And ever since I did that, market cipher just looks different. Like, the yellow's like more greenish. I kind of like it, honestly. But see, this kind of ticked me off, to be completely transparent. Because we were watching market cipher daily, and I was like, man, we look like we're about to fall off the face of the earth. I mean, this is not bullish at all. And then if you look at your money flow, it's just like, I mean, what is bullish in this? But then you go and you look at your regular MACD. I mean, and this was absolutely screaming buy. I mean, I don't know any kind of a better buy signal you can have on the daily than something like this. And unfortunately, I didn't pay attention, closely enough. And honestly, we have quite a few new people in the chat that are like literally absolutely new to trading. So the MACD is a little bit easier because it's free. You know what I mean? They can just like look it up while I'm explaining it, and they can learn. Yeah, I'll check it, Crypto Don. I'll check it on the next preview break. My phone takes forever to log in back into the NFL network. I'm watching the NFL game on my phone. And if you've watched our streams, you know my computer is like overly sensitive right now. I'll see if I can open it, but chances are if I open Discord, it's probably going to lock my computer. We'll see. Let's roll the dice. But yeah, this might push my computer over the edge. Man, Chicago's beating Green Bay 3-0. Yep, I have a bad feeling. Whew, my computer is getting warm. I have my CPU overclocked right now, so the stream would run smooth. Yeah, hey, I'm just gonna have to exit out of this. I'll just have to check it on my phone here in a minute. I don't want my computer's literally about to lock up. I can already, well, nope, okay. We loaded. I thought it was gonna lock up there for a second. Said you posted it in the Discord, the 1 hour trade setup. %, 69. So you think we're gonna go down? Well, obviously. So your support line that you have right here, this is where I'd be looking to cover. That 10,350, 10.4 mark, if you were to short up here. Once we break that 10,500, I'm pretty confident we're gonna have, it's not even really 10,005. It's more of the EMA 13. TA chat. Yeah, I see it. Nice. Because, yeah, if we actually pull up our normal chart here, I'm going to fix this music real quick. Give me a second. Let's try something like, let's try this one. Let's try that out. But yeah, if we look at our actual, our 4 hour here, this is what I'm looking at. My confirmation on a short will be once we break this right in here, the CMA 13 on the 4 hour. You can see how we just kind of briefly break it and we go right back up. That's why I have our support line basically right at about 10,480. We'll see if you look at this, it's the 4 hour. Because you are showing there is 2 touch points here. If we use our horizontal ray, you can see that we have this touch point here. So definitely if you took a short at this EMA 13, somewhere between 10.4 and 10.3 I would be looking to cover for sure. But I'm telling you, from a shorting perspective though, I know this isn't a major, it's only your 34 and your 100. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's not like your 13 and your 34, but you do have your 34 and your 200 about to cross here on the 4 hour. I don't know if we have an example to look at from the past. Look at this cross. This is where your 13 and your 34 crossed earlier this week. I remember talking about this. Or no, not that week. It was right over here. Where were we at this week? I know we were talking about the 13 and the 34. Was it on the 1 hour? I know it happened like very recently. Who knows? I do so many streams, it's really hard to tell like where I opened it, but 11.2k, yeah, that'd make a lot of sense. We're on Bitstamp right now, so this chart isn't the the one I have on Bybit, but you can see here. Here, let's just go back to it. It'll be easier than me trying to redo everything. Yeah, there it is. So this would be the bottom of our triangle. I'm not really using this as support. It's more or less just the angle that we're of the formation. But this is our top trend line. The touch point actually looks a lot better here than it does on some of the other exchanges. I think that's why. I think I had this a little bit high. Let's how, okay. I can make this a little smaller. I really would prefer this to touch it a little bit better, but yeah, if we were to hit 11.2, if we were gonna hit 11.2, it needs to happen honestly within the next week. Because like I said, the more time that we just sit here consolidating, that high is gonna get lower and lower, the possibility of it. You know, we could easily go up like this and hit it. You know what I mean? But 11.2 would, just to give you guys a reference if you can't see it. $11.2 is about right up here. So we would need to hit it at this point, like, I mean, very soon. Current price is 10,587. Ugh, crypto's being boring again. Ugh. Thank you to the almost 30 people that are watching between Twitch and YouTube. You know, just to let you guys know, if you just entered, the website should be finished tonight. I just have to add my the Blockonomics e-commerce wallet to it. But after that, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff I've been working on the last week, it looks like we're finally we're at the end of the tunnel now. So we are back to our cup of coffee streams in the morning. You know, I'm going to be streaming like a madman. So we're going to have our cup of coffee stream, my static video for the people that don't have time for the live streams. Now, tomorrow, this video is going to take me a minute. It's not one that I can just plop out because it's very specific. Scalp trading is it's a lot of technique. It's not something that you just buy and hold. There's a lot that goes into scalp trading. So on our V1 5-minute and our V2 1-minute scalper, that video is going to be out tomorrow. If you haven't seen it already, the V1 3-hour, which has just been nailing these monster calls, the tutorial's already out. So I have a pretty, busy day streaming tomorrow. So we're going to have our 2 streams. I usually cut the cup of coffee stream off at about 2 hours, maybe a little bit over, just because our night streams are so long. But we're going to do my, like I said, our static video. So the people, they can get a quick overview of our cryptos. If they don't have time for them, to watch the live streams. And then that tutorial will be out tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And our cup of coffee streams, unlike our night streams, they don't have an exact time. The reason being is I don't have a steady sleep schedule. Just know they happen generally around 11 a.m. Eastern time or before. Like if some days I wake up it's 8 a.m. and Bitcoin's mooning, I'll go on at 8:30. I'll jump out of bed, make a cup of coffee, and just go online. So, but they always happen before 11 a.m. Central Time. We're bringing it back. And it never left. I was running out of, just to be transparent with you guys, I was running out of, there's just not enough hours in the day with sleeping. And it takes me a little bit more time designing websites and stuff because I'm not knowledgeable in this kind of stuff. And I had my scary thing, that happened yesterday with the Craigslist computer. But yeah, our morning streams are back. Of course, our night streams. Our 1 static video a day, and then that tutorial for the V1 5-minute and the V2 1-minute scalper, since there are scalper tools, that'll be out tomorrow. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of me. Oh my gosh. Aaron Rodgers is a freak of nature. He just threw it in a crowd of like 4 guys and just completely just threw a touchdown pass. Before Patrick Mahomes entered the league, I always drafted Aaron Rodgers. Everyone gave me so much crap for it, but I always did so good. There was never a week I wasn't getting like at least 25 fantasy points for Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not even a Packers fan, but man, he's such a good quarterback. Do I have any fantasy football players? So I'm gonna have a straw poll in the chat. But we're gonna see if there's any interest in forming a Discord fantasy football league. We missed out on the first week, but it's okay. But if you guys would be interested in having an NFL fantasy football league, I'd like to start it maybe next week after this first week of football's over. But let me know, because I've had some people ask about it, but it's not worth having a league that only, 2 people, 3 people play in. And I kind of stopped playing fantasy football because people would just stop playing, and I would be playing teams that like half the players were on bye weeks or they were injured and they just gave up, so they weren't fixing their rosters. So it kind of just got pointless. You're going into the longs? Yeah, it looks good. From a long perspective, it does look more likely than a short, but I'm just going to get rid of Market Cipher here for a little bit. I don't know what's going on with it. Usually the blue wave looks so close to the MACD, and it's great for catching, when it's rounding off, but it's kind of concerning how different they look. I'm gonna do some more testing on it, and I'll talk to CryptoFace. I'll see what he has to say about it, because I'm curious. Sorry, my stomach's hurting. But you can see here, from a MACD perspective, you're looking nice. It looks like we're about to round this off. I just want to make sure I'm not getting faked out. We start doing this and then like build to the downside. I want to make sure we're not doing something like that. But if it's going to do something like this, what it looks like we're starting, we'll have a lower level, we'll have a bullish divergence. Maybe we can pull something off to the upside, but man, I don't like this cross. Usually on these 4-hour crosses like this, you have pretty massive moves. It marks the end of your run. So maybe we have a fake out like this and we go back to the upside. But man, the cross there. I mean, I guess you had 2 fake outs on this, but generally when you have these crosses, they're not bullish. So we'll see here. I'm not sure if I can stomach another 9,300 test again. I mean, how many times? It's like, you guys remember Bitcoin 6,000 in the bear market? Like, that thing held and held. That thing held for months. And then finally, when that bottom dropped, it was horrible. I hope I say this right. Shailesh Yadav. I really apologize for mispronouncing your name. Thank you for the subscription on YouTube. If I said it wrong, maybe you can help me like spell it out. But, thank you for being here. Make sure I'm not missing anyone else. I'm really bad at pronouncing names, so I do apologize. So tries Coon. Yeah, so between Twitch and YouTube now, we're getting darn near over, I think we're over 500 subs now. I know we're over 100 on Twitch. I know we're getting close to 400 on YouTube, so And I like that we have such a nice audience between YouTube and Twitch. You know, not a lot of content creators use both platforms, so I know a lot of people, like crypto guys more specifically, they don't give Twitch the time of day. You know, they're like, oh, there's a small crowd, it's not worth it. Well, you know, I really respect the Twitch crowd because, you know, that's honestly where I started. You know, they're really my day ones, so I'll never turn my back on my Twitch followers or subscribers, whatever they're called. It's confusing because they're called followers on Twitch, but they're called subscribers on YouTube. But if you're a subscriber on Twitch, you're actually like, you know, you're paying the subscription or whatever. But no, I'm very thankful for Twitch. And honestly, Restream too, because Restream is what allows me to stream to both YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. So I'm very fortunate for that. Oh, sorry, I'm just, I'm not a fan of fantasy football. Yeah, I'm talking about American. Yep. Martin, can I ask you how long it takes to be profitable in scalping for a normal person? Well, that's the thing. There really shouldn't be a time period, and the reason I say that, you don't want to learn trading by scalp trading. If you're going to get into the markets and learn to trade by scalping, you're going to lose a lot of money. After you get very, very comfortable with technical analysis, identifying your supports, your resistances, your Fibonacci retracement, your MACD, your RSI, and then how you can combine all those with a safe trade setups. You've been in the markets, you watch, you know how, psychological numbers, you know how just how the market itself functions. Then scalp trading is where, you can branch off into. That's what I honestly do, is scalp trading. I'm not much of a long trader. Now, granted, I've had many scalps that turn into long positions. But no, especially in the stock market, that's really where I learned. I basically learned by starting longer term positions by reading technical analysis, the charts. And then I branched off into options trading, which is kind of like scalp trading, especially if you buy the contracts that expire soon. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, nope. I've been in crypto since January 2017. I've been in crypto since January 2017, and I've been in the stock market since roughly about May 2014. Guys, I'm sorry, the ragweed is horrible at our house right now, so my eyes are just itching up a storm. But no, I was an options trader. It can be very profitable, honestly much more profitable than crypto. But there's so much more risk in options. It's so dangerous. Options, you can lose your whole account value in seriously like 2 weeks. I mean, it's so dangerous. It's much more dangerous than literally leverage trading. And I can't believe I'm saying that. But options trading, you really have to, that's where I got really solid on my skills. Because there's no such thing in options trading as, oh, I'm just slightly wrong. No, you're like either right or you're super wrong. And you're down 20-30% quick. And the worst thing that can happen on options is you sit there and consolidate. God, that was annoying. If you would get into a stock and it would start consolidating, you have to pay a fee, or they call it like a delta, that comes out of it every day. So like, let's say you're buying a contract at $1, and every day 10 cents of that dollar could go out until the contract expires. With options, you're not obligated, but you're basically forced for that price action to occur, or you're going to get screwed. The worst thing in options trading is consolidation. So learn technical analysis, work on your skills, and then branch out. Yeah. God, I'm sorry guys, my eyes are just itching. I am highly allergic to ragweed, and it is just destroying my eyes. But no, I'm sorry for the long answer, but no, there generally isn't a time. Just focus on your skills, and then you can be profitable right from the get-go. And that's why, I mean, not to like shill aggro cap, but man, if you can master reading the MACD, oh man, I'm sorry, my eyes are just itching horribly all of a sudden. But if you can master the MACD and then learn, and then just follow the aggro cap indicator, it's insanely accurate. I'm telling you, I think I'm at like 6-7 trades in a row that I've had at least a 5 to 8% profit. And there's some days, guys, on the aggro cap swing trader, you can have 6, 7, 8 swing trades in a row of $50 to $80. I mean, aggro cap from a scalp trader standpoint, I would be well off in the world right now if I had this 5 years ago. The aggro cap, I mean, it is just amazing. It has the scalp trading, it has the long trading. It's an amazing indicator. I mean, look at these moves here though on the 3 hour. So like down here, you confirmed long at about 8,100. We went all the way up to almost 14,000. You came back down, you threw your short at 12,028. You confirmed, and you can see here, when you see a large discrepancy, like a large gap between the short line and the green line, this is where you would DCA. So you threw your short at 12,056, you confirmed at 11,400. So you're already up. I mean, you're already up over $600. And then you hit a bottom here of 9,600. This was one of the smaller gains. You confirmed at 11,650. And you hit a high of 12,050. So you went up roughly about $400. And that's like the worst one. And then on this call, you threw your short at 12,000. You confirmed at 11,900. We hit a bottom, so we confirmed our short at 11,009. We went all the way down to literally 9,085. A massive, massive short position. And then once again, this is our other small one. We confirmed at about 10,600. So 10,006, and we hit a high of about 11,120. And then on this one right here, what is that? We confirmed a short at, or we threw a short at 10,050. We confirmed it at about 9,950, and we hit a bottom of 9,154. And then, like, I mean, it's just, I mean, these calls are huge. You know, this one right here, this is the one I have a tutorial on if you're more curious about it. I go over how to use technical analysis to call these, to confirm the aggro cap indicators. It's not just describing what I'm showing you, it's actually how to use technical analysis with your indicator. Because honestly, with any indicator, you shouldn't just take a call and go off of it. You need to confirm it. You know, so like right here, you threw your long at 9,800. You confirmed it at 9,920. So 9,920. You hit a high of $12,350. And then you immediately came down here. You threw a short at 11,200. we hit a low of 9,400, almost a $2,000 drop. So these calls have just been, I mean, amazing. This was our most recent short. You threw a short here at 10,650. You confirmed at 10,250. So you had about a $300 place you would DCA from. You hit a bottom of 9,300. This was our most recent drop. And then now, the call we're basically sitting on now, we went long. You threw your long signal at 9,780. You confirmed at 9,008, let's just say 850. And you know how high we just went, 10,850. So you're up roughly about another $1,000 move. But my tutorial video on the 3 hour, it goes over all of this and how to use your indicators to confirm it. Oh. Where can we learn more about the MACD? Well, I try to describe the MACD every single day, but if you want me to do a tutorial video over the MACD, I'd be more than happy to. Honestly, it wouldn't take me very long. I'll do it tomorrow. My allergies are going nuts. I might have to take a Benadryl. I mean, seriously, like in the last 15 minutes, my eyes are swollen. The damn ragweed, our neighbors are probably burning it outside. They're like country crackheads. They're insane. They like take all their garbage and like burn it outside in the middle of the city. I mean, they're crazy. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, Ray, look out for it tomorrow. So tomorrow, like I said, we're having our morning cup of coffee stream before 11 a.m. Central Time. I have to make the tutorial for the V1 5-minute and the V2 1-minute because there are scalpers. And then I have to do a static video for the people that don't have time to watch these live streams. And then I will get to that other tutorial. So I have a really busy day streaming tomorrow. Or not even streaming, but just, you know, recording stuff. So, but yeah, I will get that MACD done just for the simple fact it's super important. It is very important with trading how to read the MACD. It is so important. You know, like just to give you like a quick idea of why. You know, like a small little example. That's what I'm looking for. So like right here, you showed a higher level in bullish momentum or bearish momentum. This is your bear side and this is your bull side. And like I said, this tutorial will be much more in depth about it. So you can see how you have your high, you have a lower high, and you have another lower high in bearish momentum. Now look at this. If you look, when the market confirmed, if you follow the arrows up, this is a triple MACD bullish divergence. This is very bullish. Well, guess what? Where is the middle of that dot? It's right in here. Look at that nice rise you had. You went from 9,080 all the way up to 11,150 roughly. You see this jump right here. Another one is right here. I can already see it. Another one would be right here. You see how you have your high and you have a much lower high right here in bearish momentum. And not only that, but you have your cross right here. If you look at your indicator, guess what? This is where you would have bought. If you go down the middle here of your bearish wave, you would have bought somewhere right in here. And it can also happen to the downside as well. Do you see this right here? Do you see how you have your high and a much lower high on your bull side? If you look at your price action, if you go up down the middle, if you go straight up from the middle of where we rounded this off, and this is what I talk about on my tutorial. You had a very bearish indicator right up here with your MACD. And then what else do you see sitting right next to it? All right, I guess it's not going to pop up. You see this. Man, mouse is crapping out. My eye is like super swollen all of a sudden. Allergies are going nuts. But guess what? So you see your MACD. If you look, we rounded it off. This was our high. This was our much lower high. You had your bearish indication right here, and then boom, what do you see? You see your short indicator on AgroCap. That's your confirmation. It's time to short. Hey, Crypto Rhino, can you direct message me? Can you direct message me that? Because I keep trying, I talk about you all the time. Because did you hear about my story on Discord? About my whole experience getting a computer yesterday? I'm definitely not getting ever a computer. I am never getting a computer on Craigslist again. I seriously was, almost robbed. It was a very, very scary experience. So... Hey, Crypto Rhino, do you have experience building computers, like basic computers? Let me know. But yeah, if you direct message me that, I am super interested in it. The problem is I keep asking people for advice on computers, and they're like, oh, look at this computer, and it's like, I mean, money's not a huge issue, but I'm just not, I mean, I am pretty responsible with my money. I'm just not really wanting to drop $1,000 on a computer I only need for Streamlabs, for my stream starting and ending screen. You know, I don't need it for video games or anything. I don't play games on the computer. Saw the same thing in the diamond. It's just like, man, I just need a basic, you know, computer for streaming for the beginning and the end. In some of the futuristic stuff we're going to put on, you know, to enhance the stream. But they're like, you know, I'm getting these super massively expensive computers, you know, like, you know, 1080 Ti, you know, and I look at them, it's like, Jesus, like, my little, you know, my little crappy, I say crappy, it's a nice laptop. I like it. It's an i3 7th gen 4GB RAM, and honestly, it does the job very well. And this thing is not a thing, I don't even know if it has a, I don't know the graphics card that's in it, but it, honestly, I think it handles the stream very well. Now, I will say, since I overclocked my CPU and my graphics card and my laptop, my computer is getting pretty hot. But if you look at this, guys, if you see here on the 4 hour, it looks like we're going to be getting some play off this. And if we go to our 1 hour, the 1 hour has been on fire. I mean, I'm serious. The 1 hour has been so good on these calls. And if we zoom in here, if we get this closed in, you can see this right in here. You have your cross. So you're showing bullish divergence. This will all be part of the MACD video. But you're showing bullish divergence. You're showing a cross. Damn. Hey, good night, Racy. I'm gonna be calling it a night here too. I have probably a good 8-9 hours on the, you know, streaming and making static videos tomorrow. So STZB, yeah, sure. Never heard of it, but Constellation. Interesting. Whoa. STZB. Hey, Oreo and Nutella, is it like on some weird exchange or something? I'm not seeing it on TradingView. And my eye, I am telling you. Let me know. Because I'm not seeing it. Like, literally nothing is popping up. Constellation Iodern. I've never heard of this. I don't think TradingView has either. Like, nothing is showing up. How you doing, Saint Crypto? Dude, you what a cool name, dude. I swear, there's actually a guy I'm friends with. His name's Crypto Saint. It's literally the exact opposite, like reversed. Well, how are you doing, Saint Crypto? I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, Oreo Nutella, let me know what you want to look at. I'm just not seeing it on TradingView. I'm getting this STZB. Yeah. I can check. I don't know if they have Robinhood on here. Let me check though. Forex. Yeah, they're just gonna have your regular markets. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. An alcohol distribution. I mean, you can recommend it, but I'm telling you, I know the guys that were behind AgroCap. There's a lot of work that went behind it. I've never seen an indicator as accurate like it, or as like it. STZ. Oh, there you go. Let's use our 3-hour. Well, you can see here, AgroCap is amazing on stocks. So you popped a long at 194. And you basically went all the way from 194 to 212. See, I bet our scalper caught it. I guarantee it. Yep. I've never actually seen that. They're actually pointing into each other. Oh, I see. It's because it double flipped. All right. That's actually rare. I don't think I've actually ever seen that. You flipped your short, and then you came back and immediately flipped into another short. I think that's why it flipped both signals. That's interesting. I'll have to show Jubbin this. I'm gonna actually, I'm screenshotting this. I'm gonna send it to him. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. But damn, the scalper's been on fire. Even on our scalper tool, this would have been the 3rd. So 2 days ago, popped a buy just under 203. And we went all the way up to almost 212. Nice little, what about, I guess that'd be what, 5%? Yeah, about 4% to be exact. So you've been short technically since about $211 where you popped the short here, and then you popped another short. And if you look at your MACD, you are actually starting to build on the bearish momentum. Once you can outpace this wave right here, it should start really building. So the aggro cap indicator's been amazing on this. So if we pop our short our moving averages, well, I don't know what my affiliation with AgroCap would be with the accuracy of it. I mean, we've literally watched this live. I mean, how many trailer park versions are there of Market Cypher? And we look at pretty much every other free indicator as well. You should never use an indicator to dictate your entries and exits. It should just be for confirmation. Nah, that doesn't look good. Technically, I like more touch points than that. Checking these touch points here. Alright. You're on a nice little uptrend though. Ever since about $150, you've had this nice little, every time you come down, you tap it, you move back up. But you are starting to get, you know, into some more, it's going to be quite a bit more resistance up through here. Get our red line in here. You can see your touch points here, here. You have a cluster of touch points right through there. And you can see we're butted up right against it now. So if you can break above 213, that's your more short-term resistance. But man, do you see what I'm looking at through here? This whole area, there's just gonna be tons of resistance. There's so many random touch points in through there. So the next thing I'm going to do is we'll look at our, whew, man, that's nice. Do you see this? Holy cow. See if I can use a Fibonacci retracement on this. Man, beautiful. All right, so you can see actually when we hit our point, oh, I'm sorry, when we hit $150 roughly, we bounced right off of our 382. You can see the constant touch points through here, and now we're climbing. You can see where we're bouncing off the 236. So very, very bullish. Constellation Brands. I'll have to look more into this. What a nice bull run. I mean, man, if we take our percentage indicator, Jesus, you're up almost over 2,600% since 2012. What an amazing asset. Insane. But man, you could really start making some ground if you can break above 235, but okay, I was about to say, I'm hearing Motley Crue in the background. I was like, man, is this like a complete ripoff of Motley Crue? When you on Twitch and Crypt? Yeah, I'm on Twitch and YouTube. I wonder if I would get a copyright strike because they're playing Motley Crue in the background of their music. Like if their algorithms would catch on that. Oh, you're on both platforms? Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what you're saying. Very nice. Good find. Trying to think of who asked for this. Whoever asked for this, good find. Their algos are hard at catching remixes. I was about to say, I hope not. I just don't want to catch a copyright strike because they're playing Motley Crue in the background. Last time I had 80s music, I woke up with a bunch of alerts from YouTube warning me about their copyright laws or whatever, or rules. But good find on this. It's up 2,700% in the last 7 years. All right. Oh, they did a Hail Mary before halftime. Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie, my allergies are going through the roof. My eyes are swelling actually. The ragweed is just horrible. I need to get some Zyrtec in my system and Benadryl. Is there anything you guys would like me to look at? I'm still going to be on Discord for the next hour, but we have 2 live streams tomorrow. I have 2 tutorial videos, and I have a normal static video over our crypto. So I have a really busy day tomorrow. So the earlier I get started tomorrow, the easier it's going to be on me. So I'm not like cramming, all these videos together. But for tomorrow, we have the tutorial video for the aggro cap, the V1 5-minute and the V2 1-minute, the scalper tools. If you haven't seen it already, the 3 hours out, the V1 3-hour that's been calling all the major, $800 to $1,000 calls. That's already out, and you should never just follow an indicator blindly. So they're very descriptive, and that's why the scalper one it's been taking me a little bit because it's very in depth. There's a lot that goes into scalp trading. So since the V1 5-minute, the V2 1-minute are the scalper tools, they're going to be together. And I'll show you how you confirm it with your regular indicators like your MACD, your RSI. So we'll put all that together. And then, as asked by Ray, I will do a MACD tutorial video, how to look at your MACD and come up with trade setups. So we have the aggro cap scalper indicator. I have the MACD tutorial video tomorrow. I have the static video over our cryptos for the people that don't have time for live streams. And then I have the morning cup of coffee stream in the morning, and then the night one. So I got like 5 videos to make. So Litecoin. Alright, well, we're gonna look at Litecoin and call it a day. I'm having a hard time even keeping my left eye open. Coinbase. Second. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Fibonacci retracement. We go from our bottom. I'm going to have to just correct this to our top. Let's see. I'm trying to see where I want to put my bottom at here. Oh, that's why I didn't have it correctly. I was like, man, something ain't looking right. So you can see here how we had multiple bounces off our 0.5. Generally, when you go parabolic, you retrace 50% before moving up, back up. You can see we had multiple bounces off the 0.5. But now you've broken through your 618, and now we're basically hovering right at the 618 Fibonacci retracement. And it's actually acting as resistance right now. So for me right now, I wouldn't get too bullish until Litecoin can break above $70. If you can break above $70, the next area I would be looking at is the $75 to $80 range. And then of course after you break your technical resistance. So if we put in this right through here, So if you can break above $70, which is right in through here, this blue line, I guess it's kind of hard to see because they're both kind of a lighter shade, but $70 is your next resistance. If you can break above that, your $75, $76 mark is your next resistance, and then after that you're going to go after your 0.5 fib, which is about $84, which is right here. You can see all the touch points to validate that. So you have resistance at 70. It's basically your 618. You have a technical resistance at 75, 76, and then after that you have your 0.5 at about $84. If you're trying to look for support, you're basically hovering darn near right at it right now, about $64, $65. I mean, you're hovering, right at it. Like, you're seriously right on top of it. So let's see if that holds. Litecoin's been in a downturn, which we talked about this before it happened. Everybody was getting bullish, but you buy the rumor and you sell the news. You buy the halving event, you buy into it, and you sell when it actually happens. And it's very obvious that's what's happened. Ever since the halving event, we've gone down roughly, Jesus Christ, 55%. Wow. But if you're going to look for support areas, yeah, I mean, you're going to have a little bit of support here at about $60. But the next area I'd be looking at is your 786 at about $50. That $48 to $50 mark. So, but your next really major area of support, if we break this 65 mark, is about 57. And it's honestly about that $58 to $60 support level. If I try to put this up, you can see it. You can see how you have it as support here. It's acting as resistance right in through here. You have your touch points on the bottom of it, so that solidifies this line. And to correct, and I'm going to correct myself, that's about $55, not $60. And then of course you have your 48 to 50. This is right at your 786. So you have your 786, your major support at about $50. Your next one, it's like the $48 to $50 mark. You're showing decent support here at about $55, and your short-term support, which you're literally right on it right now, at about $64, $65. Your first area of resistance is at $70. Your next technical area is at about $75. And then if you can break above that, I think you'll go and test your 0.5 fib at $85. Pretty easy stuff. No problem, man. No problem. And like I said, if it's ever in the middle of the day or something, and you want me to do something like this, like send you a chart describing like what's in it, just let me know during the during the day. I'm more than happy to look at one of your coins or your stocks. If you want to, I'm going to be pretty busy streaming here the next couple of days, but I'm literally going to have Discord in the computer right in front of me, so I'll be able to look at them fairly quickly for you. So we're going to go look at Bitcoin real quick, and we are going to call it a stream. I got to fix this website, but more importantly, I got to get some Benadryl and Zyrtec. My eye is swelling up. I hate allergies. Since I stopped smoking weed 6 months ago, usually that used to help my allergies out. Like, it would dry my mucus up, my allergies were fine, and I'd noticed since I stopped smoking, I was just like how I was before I did, years back, where my allergies were just terrible this time of year. So, I don't think I've smoked in like 6 months or whatever, but that was kind of like the cure-all for my allergies. So, looking at Bitcoin here, we're going to look at the 4 hour. As we talked earlier in the stream, We do have a very bullish cross here. That's actually, let's go to our 4 hour. Your 34 and your 100, I'm sorry, your 34 and your 200 are literally just about to cross. You're now converging into each other. You're hovering above your EMA 13 as resistance. You can tell every time we get right at it, we bounce up. If you're trying to short, I would wait for us to break this EMA 13 and then to basically fall under 10,480. If those two things happen, I would be taking a short, and I would be looking to cover somewhere between 10,003 and 10,004. Until that happens, I just would not be trying to short. Just to be honest, your 13 EMA is a very important moving average. You're basically just consolidating in this tight range. The thing that I don't like about this, though, is if you go to your MACD, I mean, yes, we are showing a bullish divergence right here, but I don't like that we have this cross. Generally, when you have these crosses, you can have some pretty violent moves to the downside. So the only thing we can maybe hope for is these will start moving back up, but maybe something similar to this. But you can see here, generally when you have these crosses, you can have some pretty significant moves to the downside. Just to show you, wow, I guess that's a little crazy, but like you had your cross right here. If you go straight up, look at the move you had to the downside. You had your cross right in here. Look at your move to the downside. You had your cross right here. Look at your move to the downside. So I'm going to be very weary. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye. I keep getting this feeling this isn't a long. This is a more short the pump opportunity. I will keep you guys updated if I enter any positions at any time, even if it's 2:30 in the morning while I turn over and I wake up and I start a position and randomly roll back over. I will let you know. Any of my entries, my exits, I'm going to be on Discord full time. So if you guys have any questions, you can always ask me. I'd be more than happy to answer it to you. But I had 2 live streams tomorrow, 2 tutorials, and 1 static video. So I got a pretty busy day tomorrow. So I'll be around. So I'll have my Discord with me if you guys have any questions. Have you researched the medicinal oil thing? I'm on CBD coffee. Because my knee, I have a severely torn meniscus and about 40 to 50% of the cartilage is gone in my knee. My knee's actually hurting pretty bad, but no, I've been taking. Yeah, man, I'm about to take some Benadryl. We've been live for about almost 3.5 hours now. But we have a busy day tomorrow. We have 2 live streams, 1 static video, and 2 tutorials. So, but AgroCap, I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna have you and oh yeah, it's a pretty good stream. As you can tell, Bitcoin, if you look at the price, hasn't done anything. So, you know, I am known to jinx the price of Bitcoin every single time. But I gotta add this e-commerce wallet to my website. That shouldn't honestly take me too long, as I like how my site's looking. So that should hopefully be released tomorrow. I just got to get some constructive criticism on it, maybe a few little critiques, and it should be good. But you know, we got a busy day tomorrow, guys. So sometime before 11 a.m. Central Time, we will go live for our morning cup of coffee stream. You can pretty much just guarantee we're going to go live early for our night stream, because we pretty much always do. But I have 2 tutorial videos. Once again, one of them will be on the MACD, as that's been highly requested. And then the if you liked the AgroCap 3-hour and how to use your MACD and all your indicators to confirm its calls, you're going to enjoy this next one. It's going to be very in-depth, so it's probably going to be about 30 to 45 minutes long. The reason is, scalp trading, there is just so much more into it than starting your regular trade. There's a lot that goes into entries and exits. You really have to know how to put your supports and your resistances up. And you really have to get in the rhythm of trading. You kind of have to figure out the pulse of the market, and you can figure out, you know, especially with scalping, you're not scalping $200-300 moves. I mean, you definitely can. There's been many scalps that I'm thinking are only going to go up $70, and they go up $200-300. So they can always turn into those. So you have the MACD tutorial video. We have our scalper video of our V1 5-minute and our V2 1-minute. I have my regular static video for the people that don't have time for streams. And then we have our 2 live streams. So I have a pretty busy day tomorrow. So, you know, once again, guys, thank you all for being here. Don't get too bearish until we break the EMA 13 on the 4-hour, which is about at 11 or 10,005, and we have our last support or short-term support at 10,480. If we break and we go under those 2 things, I will start leaning bearish for a scalp. But as long as we're over the EMA 13, I wouldn't be too bearish. So, but you know, looking at the MACD to sum it up real quick, I'm kind of leaning towards maybe shorting the pump. I'll let you guys know that we have to get some market action above 10.6. Until we get some volume, it's really going to be hard to tell what the best move is going to be. But once again, guys, I will see you on Discord, and then I will see you early tomorrow morning. I'm playing my NFL Chiefs song because I'm already watching the Packers Chicago Bears game. Thank you, guys. I'll see you on Discord and, you know, tomorrow morning. Thank you. Dang, my computer's running better.
City. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the place where we run it. Place really haunted by number 58 is DT the Great, and we've flown it. Hate and we shun it. No competition, the opposition fake. I don't think they really want it. Loud is the recipe. Loud sitting next to me, no doubt. Now we are proud that we get to see KC Chiefs come and break these geeks, make them taste these cleats. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Chiefs Kingdom. Got some lovers, got some other beasts. Bring them. Mop them up and stop them, got the heat. Sting them. You hot when we stop ya. Dropped when he rock. Got blocked in me casa. Ball in my city live. But I find a raw one to get beside. My lucky numbers are 15, 10, 87, 29, 7, 50, 95, 55. Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Strange music. Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Go Chiefs. Red Kingdom. 10, 9. Let's roll, baby. Strange music.
Thank you, everyone. Computer ended up being perfect tonight.